Because here in our Washington studios are two distinguished guests. Jean-Paul Ruhosha, Executive Director of Congo Today, Lambert Mende, a former Minister of Communications of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and currently a Member of Parliament in Kinshasa. And from our studios in New York City, we are joined by Milton Ali-Madi, publisher of the Black Star News and professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, which is part of the City University College of New York. Well, I have to say, gentlemen, that I'm profoundly honored and exceedingly humbled to have the opportunity to host the three of you on Straight Talk Africa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Thank you indeed.
As a matter of fact, two of you have actually been on Straight Talk Africa before. This has to be a debut for Jean-Paul.
Yes.
How does it feel like, Jean-Paul?
It feels great to be hosted with you.
Really?
Yes.
And for that matter, you have the first question. At least you have that privilege.
Thank you.
You are a wanyamulenge yourself.
Yes.
Where do you specifically come from?
Come from Mulenge, the hills of Uvira.
The hills of Uvira?
Yes.
Near the border with Burundi?
Near the border of Burundi and the border of Rwanda.
Interesting. Now, who are the wanyamulenge specifically? Because it seems to be really a new concept, relatively new concept. I never heard about the wanyamulenge until perhaps the 1970s, really, around there.
Well, Banyamulenge are ethnic Tutsi that are Congolese. The name of Banyamulenge because they're hills where they come from.
The
Mulenge Hills. It's on the top of the Uvira. That's where they come from. That's where the names come from. But they are ethnic Tutsi, only tribe of Banyamulenge. And they live there. They are not new brand. They've been living there before Congo was Congo, more than 400 years.
So they're basically indigenous Congolese, really?
Very good, yes. They are Congolese.
Is that true, Mr. Mende?
Yes, because we have even colleagues in the parliament as well as in the government who are Banyamulenge. So if they were not Congolese, why could they have been elected as MPs or designated as ministers?
Are you in a position to name names, for example?
Mr. Ruberwa is our decentralization minister. I was with him 3 days ago, leaving Kinshasa for Goma, I think, to inquire about these events in the name of the government.
You are not talking about a Ruberwa that has actually once been a guest on Straight Talk Africa, who happened to be one of, was it 4 vice presidents?
Yes, he's the one. He's now minister, decentralization minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
A lawyer
and
by
he was my colleague when I was minister also.
A lawyer by training.
Yes, and I have a lot of Banyamulenge members of parliament.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Now, Milton.
Yes, Ndugu.
Why do we have these problems of, you know, legitimacy, for example? I mean, here you are. You have 2 gentlemen who happen to be citizens of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, who come from different parts of the Congo, who actually agree that the Banyamulenge are legitimate Congolese citizens. Any particular reason? Any particular reason why they are being chased out or killed simply because somebody suggests that they are quote-unquote immigrants?
Well, you know, Shaka, it's so tragic that we are sitting here in the 21st century, in 2019, discussing issues of ethnicity, issues of legitimacy, when these should be citizens of Africa, citizens of East Africa. And to be honest, as we know, this is not a unique problem to the Congo. It's not unique to the Banyamulenge being targeted. We've seen issues of ethnicity abused by politicians all over the African continent. And in fact, it was primarily the reason for what we saw in Rwanda, the genocide, in 1994, when initially Rwanda was invaded from Uganda in 1990, and that caused the ethnic tension between Hutu and Tutsi to escalate. And mind you, these are citizens of Africa, citizens of supposedly one country, Rwanda. But because of the direction in which politicians steered those issues after the assassination, the double assassination of the president in 1994, we saw the most horrific killings by neighbors, by friends, by people that went to school together, people that worked together. And then it spilled into the Congo after the primarily Hutu government was defeated. And then there, we also saw retribution